What's your favorite part about coming to kids' church on Sunday?
Well, I don't really know because it all seems like pretty fun.
Yeah.
They're all fun, but so I don't really know. So.
We really wanted to get plugged into a church that valued community a lot more. And so we had heard about the Vineyard, so we were coming that day. And you never know what your kids are gonna think. And that honestly really impacts a family's decision to be somewhere. And so we went to service, we came back to pick them up. And so we were talking about the day and how things went and what they liked, if it was okay. And they both agreed that it was fun and that they learned a lot. And so they were telling us about it. And I said, well, would you guys like to come back? And our 5-year-old said, yes, I would. And our 4-year-old said, Mom, I want to come here 1,000 times. Rather than just sticking them in a place that they'll watch the kids, they're actually developing them at the same time, which is awesome because that's what we want to do too. And this really gives us the tools and the starting point to really move forward with that and build on it.
Usually there's a lead teacher who's teaching, and then if you're a helper, you just come and kind of reinforce the lessons. And as you're doing the art project with them, just kind of reinforcing what the message is and what that little art portion is teaching them about, reinforcing the lesson that's already been taught.
I like coming in and doing the learning. I learned about a man that climbed up a tree and Jesus said, come down.
Yeah, what was his name?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah. And Jesus, after Zacchaeus came down from the tree, what happened?
He was coming over for lunch.
Do you remember your Bible story or your Bible verse from today? No.
We sing and then in lunch, and then we watch a movie, like a little short clip about how Jesus, David defeated the giant and how he became king. Not just a clip about cartoons or anything. It's focusing on God.
I love the programs and the curriculum that they do here, and also the stuff that they send home, that you can kind of reinforce that throughout the week.
My son, who's 5, he just had his 5th birthday a few weeks ago, and he was making his list, and he had probably 30 kids on the list of people he wanted to invite, and I was trying to make him narrow it down. We only have so much space, we only have so much money, we can't feed everybody, and so we're going through the names, and there was a name on there that I'd never heard before in his preschool class, and I said, look, why don't we just take him off since we don't have a relationship with him, he's not one of your good friends, maybe we'll do a play date with him. And he said, I'm learning in church right now that Jesus wants us to love our enemies, and so I really think it's important that I invite him because he's mean to all the kids at school. And that was I wanted to cry. It was just amazing that he was getting that in a completely different context than church, but it's really, hitting home at such a young age. So I love it.
I didn't know Jesus until I started going to church, and then my mom said, if you believe in Jesus and you believe and you die, you'll go up to heaven, and I imagine heaven being really cool. So the next day after church, the next week, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go to church. And then it just inspired me that getting to know Jesus is making my life better for me, not just stay in the middle, really, really good.
I think to me what really stands out about children's ministry in particular is that a lot of times people that don't have children don't think that ministry is for them, and really it's the future.
My kids are grown, I have adults now, and I miss that age where they're so loving, and that interaction that they actually give back to me is a blessing all within itself. I get a lot from them as well.
I think that serving in kids ministry, if you have kids especially, is vital to your kids' spiritual life.
Transforming the world one kid at a time. Transforming the world one kid at a time.
Go.
Transforming the world at one kid at a time. One child at the 30th time.
transforming the world one child at a time.